So now we'll discussing the Gauss theorem. That is very important because you know that through Gauss theorem we can calculate electric field intensity at different position very easily. So first we'll discuss Gauss theorem. Okay, Gauss or Gauss, whatever you can say, Gauss theorem. So actually Gauss theorem represents what? How much electric field lines or flux that link to any closed surface, that depends upon actually what? How much charge is consist inside the closed surface and multiplied with 1 upon epsilon naught times actually. Where epsilon naught represents what? Epsilon naught represents the permittivity in free space. So we can write the amount of electric flux linked with any closed surface equals to 1 by epsilon naught times of the charge that enclosed by the closed surface. That means what? How much charge consists inside the closed surface, that will depends upon directly what? How much flux linked with the closed surface. Okay, how much flux linked with the closed surface, that depends upon what? How much charge is consist inside the closed surface, along with another thing, 1 upon epsilon naught times. Actually you know that epsilon naught and epsilon actually coming when there is some property of the medium is needed over there. Epsilon is what? Permittivity. You know that permittivity is what? Permission of the medium of the particles which resist the force or attraction, repulsion that act between the charged particles. When discussing the past class we already read that. So Gauss theorem can be expressed mathematically how? How much flux is depend upon, that equals to what? Q upon epsilon naught. Suppose if I say this is a surface over here, and here you can see that this is 2 coulomb minus 2 coulomb, and another is suppose 4 coulomb, and here another 6 coulomb, 8 coulomb, so many charges is here. So if I say what is the flux that linked with this surface, then we have to calculate which charges. Now those charges are consist inside the surface. That means 2 minus 2, 4. This total charge we have to calculate over here. That means how much charges is here? If we wants to find out the electric flux that linked with the closed surface here, then that depends upon what? How much charge consists inside the closed surface. How much charges? 2 minus 2 cancel. Only 4 coulomb charges over there. So 4 upon epsilon naught will be the answer. Okay, this is a very easy and simple way. So phi can be written such a way. If we calculate, suppose here charge consists linearly, and we know the linear charge distribution already we read, where it represents what? Lambda. You know that lambda equals to what? Linear charge density. Lambda is what? Q upon L. If the length is L here and charge we provide Q here, so lambda represents what? Charge per unit length. Okay, so if we want to find out the electric field at point P at a distance R from the wire here, then we have to draw an imaginary Gaussian surface. Actually we say that Gaussian surface. As we using the Gauss theorem to find out the electric field here, so we have to draw the Gaussian surface. And you can see that the Gaussian surface will be how much? It will be closed over there. If we say this is a closed Gaussian surface here, and we can say that through the curved surface the electric field line radially emerging. So we can calculate the electric flux over there. For that moment, if we say for a small area, if we calculate the flux, and for finding the total flux, then you have to do the integration over here. Okay, and that integration is what? E dot ds or a, anything you can write, by Q upon epsilon naught. Actually this is the formula. For ds elemental area, how much flux emerging, and for the total surface area, how much flux is emerging. To find out that, we have to do the integration, close integration over here. and that depends upon what? How much charge consists here inside the closed surface. Okay, inside the closed surface, how many charge consisting, that depends. Okay, so this is Gauss theorem, and now we will do the another one application of Gauss theorem. So you can write application of Gauss theorem here. What is the application here? So as we draw this, so this diagram needed for the first application. Okay, so right here, electric field intensity, application number 1, electric field intensity at any near point, electric field intensity at any near point due to a infinite charged wire. Okay, so for that you have to draw one diagram over there. So please everybody write this. I will watch there. So we have to use a Gauss theorem over here, but for doing this, first we draw one diagram. Okay, suppose this is an infinite wire, and this wire is provided some charge over here, and you can see that the charge is positive. So this positive charge produces the electric field line, and which will go radially outward in different directions. We have to find out electric field intensity at point P at a distance r. So through this point we have to draw a closed Gaussian surface. Whatever just now I discussed here, we have to draw what? A Gaussian surface. And here you can see that for this thin wire, for this charged wire, what is the pattern of the Gaussian surface? It looks like a cylinder. And in cylinder you can see that two flat surface over there and one curved surface over there. So one curved surface here, this is the flat surface, this is the flat surface, and this is the curved surface. So everybody can say that the electric field line will passes through what? Through radially outward through the curved surface, not through the flat surface. As you can see that the area vector will be, if I take a very small elemental area, then area vector will be this direction and electric field line will be this direction. Then you can see that theta is how much? 90 degree. But in case of, if I take any small curve part, if I take any very small curve portion, then you can see that electric field line radially outward here and area vector also this like. Then you can see that both are parallel. Okay, so in that moment theta is how much? 0 degree. And in case of in the down flat surface, if I take very small area, then the area vector will be in downward direction and electric field line will be this direction. Then the angle will be how much there? 90 degree. So if we apply Gauss theorem here, before that one thing we consider linear charge density lambda, and if we consider the length of the wire is how much we consider? Suppose we consider the length is L here. How much consider the length? L. How much charge is here? Q. So lambda equals to what? Q upon L. Okay. So now using Gauss theorem, what we can write? Just very little expression over there. Close integration E dot ds. That equals to what? Q upon epsilon naught. Which Q we are saying? That Q is consist inside the closed surface. That means where? From this portion to this portion. Whatever be the charge, that is Q charge. For this Q charge we considering the flux is produces and the flux is emerges through the curved surface of the closed cylindrical Gaussian surface. As you can see that through the flat surface flux is not emerging, as the angle that made between electric field vector and area vector is 90 degree over there. But through the curved surface you can see that E and ds that makes parallel to each other, and at that cases you can see that theta equals to 0 degree. So from that we can write that here two flat surfaces over there, two flat surface E dot ds gives you E ds, cos is how much? as you know that dot product of E dot ds equals to what? E ds cos theta. And here you can see that two flat surfaces over there. So two flat surface E ds cos 90 degree and one curved surface over there. One curved surface E into ds into cos 0 degree over there, and another is here q upon epsilon naught. Okay, we can write this. Now you can see that for flat surface flux is 0, but for curved surface the flux is consisting. So if we take E outside, then we can see that this is the closed integration of ds. Okay, then it gives you what? Q upon epsilon naught. And you can write what in place of q? In place of q you can write lambda into L, linear charge density along with L. Okay, so we can write here in place of q what we can write? Lambda into L upon epsilon naught. Okay, now we can write E and close integration of curved surface. Everybody actually in your lower classes you read that what is the area, what is the surface area of a cylinder? 2 pi r h. Here radius is r, so 2 pi r, but the height is L, so we can write in place of the closed integration of ds. Actually closed integration ds gives you what? The total curved surface area. Actually it is not integral. These symbols gives you what? The total area gives you. So total area is how much? 2 pi r, and the height is here L. That equals to what? Lambda into L upon epsilon naught. If we cancel L over here, then we got the expression of the electric field, that is lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught r. Okay, so electric field intensity depends on what? Lambda, that is linear charge density. Another thing epsilon naught, permittive in free space, and another is here small r, that is the radius of this cylindrical path, or you can say the distance from the charged wire. Okay, distance from the charged wire here r. If we increases the distance, you can see that electric field will be decreases. If we increases the amount of lambda, then the value of the E will increases. Okay, so if I draw here E along with R, again the graph is here E along with R, then we can see that it will be gradually decreasing over there. Okay, now in Bengali সবাই একটু দেখে নেব কিভাবে না এখানে ইনফাইনাইট একটা ওয়্যার রয়েছে যাতে আমরা চার্জ ইউনিফর্ম ভাবে ডিস্ট্রিবিউট করেছি, তার মধ্যে এল লেন্থ আমরা কনসিডার করেছি যাতে চার্জ রয়েছে কিউ, তাহলে লিনিয়ার চার্জ ডেনসিটি ল্যামডা হবে কিউ বাই এল, তাহলে আমরা কিউ ইকুয়ালস টু কি পাবো? ল্যামডা ইনটু এল। এবার আমাদের কাজটা হচ্ছে যে ওই ওয়্যার থেকে আর ডিসটেন্স দূরত্বে পি পয়েন্টে আমরা বের করব ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড ইন্টেন্সিটি। তার জন্য ওই পি পয়েন্ট দিয়ে একটা ক্লোজ গসিয়ান সারফেস ড্র করেছি, যাকে দেখতে কেমন বলতো? ঠিক যেন একটা সিলিন্ডারের মতো, জাস্ট লাইক দিস বোতল। সো ইউ ক্যান সি দ্যাট, মানে দেখতে পাচ্ছি কি এই বোতলটার ভেতর দিয়ে যদি একটা ওয়্যার থাকে তাহলে দেখতে পাচ্ছ তার মধ্যে যদি চার্জ থাকে তাহলে দেখতে পাচ্ছ ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড লাইনগুলো কিন্তু রেডিয়ালি আউটওয়ার্ড হয়ে বেরোচ্ছে। কিন্তু যখন আমি ফ্ল্যাট সারফেসটা দেখছি, ফ্ল্যাট সারফেসের জন্য এরিয়া ভেক্টর এরকম ভাবে রয়েছে আর আমার ফিল্ড লাইনগুলো এইভাবে সব বেরিয়ে যাচ্ছে এর গা দিয়ে, তাই না? তাহলে এদের মধ্যে অ্যাঙ্গেল 90 ডিগ্রি, তাহলে এটা দিয়ে তো ক্রস করছে না। এবং নিচের দিকে যে ফ্ল্যাট সারফেস তার ক্ষেত্রেও এরিয়া ভেক্টর এরকম ভাবে রয়েছে, দেখতে পাচ্ছ তার ক্ষেত্রেও এরিয়া ভেক্টর এরকম রয়েছে। তাহলে এরিয়া ভেক্টর এরকম রয়েছে আর দেখো ফিল্ড লাইনগুলো সব এরকম ভাবে বেরোচ্ছে, তাহলে তাদের মধ্যে অ্যাঙ্গেল কত? 90 ডিগ্রি। আর 90 ডিগ্রি হওয়া মানেই দেখতে পাচ্ছি ফ্লাক্স কত? 0 হয়ে যাচ্ছে। আর শুধুমাত্র থাকছে কার ক্ষেত্রে? কার্ভ সারফেসের ক্ষেত্রে। কার্ভ সারফেসের যদি একটা ছোট্ট অংশ কেটে নেই, সেটার ভেতর দিয়ে ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড যেদিকে বেরোচ্ছে তার এরিয়া ভেক্টরও সেই দিকে রয়েছে, তাই তাদের মধ্যে অ্যাঙ্গেল কত? 0 ডিগ্রি কার্ভ সারফেসের ক্ষেত্রে, ইডিএস cos 0 ডিগ্রি যেটা কার্ভ সারফেসের ক্ষেত্রে থাকছে। বাট ফ্ল্যাটের ক্ষেত্রে যেহেতু আমরা দেখছি cos 90 ডিগ্রি, তাই সেটা 0 হয়ে যাচ্ছে। কার্ভের ক্ষেত্রে cos 0 ডিগ্রি, তাই থাকছে E ক্লোজ ইন্টিগ্রেশন ds ইকুয়ালস টু হোয়াট? আমরা যেটা গস থিওরেমে পড়েছি q আপন এপসাইলন নট। তাহলে q এর ভ্যালুটা কত পাবো আমরা? না q এর ভ্যালুটা পেলাম আমরা ল্যামডা ইনটু l, তাই q এর জায়গায় ল্যামডা l লিখলাম বা এপসাইলন নট। আর আমরা কার্ভ সারফেসের টোটাল এরিয়াটা কত হবে কার্ভ সারফেসের? না 2 পাই আর h হয়, এখানে 2 পাই আর l রয়েছে, l ক্যান্সেল হলে এর ভ্যালু কত? ল্যামডা আপন 2 পাই এপসাইলন নট r। আশা করি সবাই বুঝতে পেরেছো। And so those are liking my video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Okay.